Okay, so I have a tier list with 42 items in it, but that's way too many and it would make the video very long if I selected all of them. So I've given myself a limitation. I only get to select half of them. So 21 knobs is what I get to select. Hello and welcome to haQ attaQ. My name is Jakob. I'm your host and you're watching a haQ attaQ tier list selection once again. So I've already done this once and you seemed to like it. You even gave me some advice on some lists I could do in the future, and I will. But I'm still experimenting with this content or with this new format that I've introduced here on the channel. So I'm trying out something different this time because I want to see if this could work for you watching this. I hope you will enjoy this list. So I've collected 42 knobs from 42 synthesizers, and just by looking at the selection here, you can see that we've got a wide range of different looking knobs. And you know, when it comes to the aesthetics of a synthesizer, the graphical user interface and what it looks like, I'm super interested in stuff like that. It does not only have to be functional for me to like something, it also needs to look good. And that can mean, a wide range of things, because some apps have a flat design and some have like a skeuomorphic design. And for those of you who don't know, skeuomorphism is when you try to recreate something to make it look as something real. Okay, so let me tell you about the rating system I've chosen here. So we got F for flat, fine, and functional. Next we got C for cute and creamy. Then we got S for sleek and stylish. After that we got M for mayonnaise. And lastly, we've got a special tier, which is O for oh my. And the oh my tier is meant for knobs that does something extra, especially when you tweak them. Okay, so the first one I'm gonna select, well, that one is a bit weird because it doesn't have a name. And you know what? I can't really tell you much about this knob, where it comes from or who made it. I can only tell you that I'm gonna put it into mayonnaise. You see, if you wanna know more about this knob in particular, you're gonna have to wait a little bit. Okay, so here's a knob that I'm hoping a lot of you will recognize, and if you don't, this is a synthesizer you need. Now, this is not an AUV3 synth, it's Waldorf Nave, and it definitely goes into the mayonnaise category because it looks nice. It's got a metallic design with a blue kind of glowing lead ring kind of thing to it. I just love the knobs on Waldorf synthesizers, even the hardware synths. Next, I'm gonna choose this one. So this one is from Electribe Wave, and it is definitely flat, fine, and functional, but because of this little, it kind of looks like a glow. It's got a glow to it. I'm gonna put it into sleek and stylish. So this is from the Electribe Wave Groove Box, but since it contains a wavetable synthesizer, it is a synth knob. Okay, so next up, I'm gonna take this one. This is Xeon Synth from Beep Street. It's a lovely synthesizer. It sounds absolutely amazing. A lot of people have it, a lot of people love it, and it got really popular when it came out. This one goes into cute and creamy because they look like tiny knobs, and I love tiny knobs, so it's very cute and creamy. Cute and creamy. Another thing I think is very cute and creamy like is when developers make their knobs have like a rounded tip to them. And so into the cute and creamy tier, I'm gonna put Poison 202, this knob right here. And Poison 202 is made by Jim Pavlov, who also made Pure Acid. Great synth. And the knobs are definitely cute and creamy. So what else can we find here that are cute and creamy? Oh, this one from Sunriser Synth. It's definitely cute and creamy. It's a very tiny knob and it's got kind of a rounded little top there. So Sunriser Synth is also from Beep Street, same guy who made Xeon Synth. Sunriser Synth, I remember making presets for that one. Then again, I wouldn't want you to go watch that old video because I don't really like watching my old content. I spoke really weirdly back then because I was still trying to find my voice. It's huge, it's massive, it's awesome. Didn't I have a Moog synth in here somewhere? Model D. definitely goes into, what is it? Mayonnaise. Yes, mayonnaise for Model D. Model D is a great synthesizer, but if you want to run several instances of Model D, make sure you have a really new version of an iPad, like a really new iPad, a powerful iPad. Because I've got an iPad Pro here from 2015. It's the first gen iPad Pro, and I can't even run 2 instances of Model D. It's that heavy. It's a really, really heavy synth, but it's also a very, very good synthesizer. Next up, I'm gonna choose Pure Acid. This one goes into the special tier. It goes into oh my. Why, you ask? Well, look closely to what happens to this knob when we tweak it. You see that light effect there? You see, Jim Pavlo went out of his way to make this knob look nice, even when you tweak it. And that's why we need this tier, to put synth knobs like that in there. And you know, there is another one we could put in there right now, and that is iMonopoly from Korg, because it does something very, very similar. Or maybe it is Pure Acid that does something similar to it, because Pure Acid came out later than Korg iMonopoly. You know, never mind. When it comes to Korg iMonopoly, what I really like about that synth is not only the sound of it, it's what the graphical designer did with the interface here. That synth looks used. It looks dirty, and I absolutely love details like that. I mean, it's details like this that might, you know, go unnoticed. You tell me, have you ever noticed this in any of these synths? If you have these synthesizers, have you ever noticed this little glow thing? Okay, so next up, I'm gonna choose this one from Reactable. And Reactable, it's a very interesting app. And here's the thing. I like the way that the hardware thing looks and like it works and stuff. And I also like the app, but I'm having a hard time using it myself. But it is an interesting app, and you're just gonna have to try it out if you never have. But the knobs in there look exceptionally nice because they've got so many different like graphical elements to them. This one definitely goes into mayonnaise. Now I realized I don't have anything in the flat, fine and functional tier, and so I'm gonna choose a knob from a synthesizer that perfectly fits that tier, and that is this one, Shoom synthesizer from Yuri Turov. I mean, look at it. It is definitely flat, fine, and functional. And it's not that I don't like the knobs the further down the tier you go. I like all of these synthesizers. I like all of these knobs. You know, I like a wide range of different kinds of designs, even though I prefer skeuomorphic designs. So all of these tiers are really good tiers. I know that's a kind of boring, you know, playing it a bit safe, but I don't care. It's my tier, so deal with it. Next up, I want to choose this knob here, and this is from the vocoder synth vocoder thing inside Caustic. Caustic, I had it featured on my last Groovebox list, and I just love these cute and creamy small knobs, so it's gonna go into cute and creamy. Yeah. So the next knob I'm gonna choose is this one. So this is a Factory from Sugar Bites, and this one goes into sleek and stylish. I like the triangular design on it, and it's also got like a very flat design. Now, one thing I like is when developers mix displays and knobs together, like Bliss did in Bliss Alpha Synth. So this one also goes into, you know what? I'm actually gonna put this one in mayonnaise because it's got a little extra element to it. You see, it's round, yeah, but then it has the display in there, and the waveform changes when you move it around. And then on top of that, they put a little circle right there, and I think that's so cute. But it's not cute and creamy. It's definitely M for
mayonnaise.
Okay, so here's a knob that definitely goes into cute and creamy, and this is from the Europa. This is from the Europa synthesizer made by Propellerhead. Sorry, Reason Studios. There's Reason Compact, and inside Reason Compact you have 3 different synths, and one of them is Europa synth, and so the knob is from there. Why did I explain all of this? I don't know. Okay, so out of all of these knobs in here, there is one more that actually goes into the
oh my
tier. This one, and I think it's the nicest looking knob I've ever seen, and actually I chose the wrong knob. So this synthesizer is called Cyclop. It's made by Sugar Bytes, and look closely to the edges of the knob and also what happens inside the display of that knob. Now I chose the wrong one for the list, but it doesn't matter. In this case, the developer has gone out of his or her way to make the knob look as nice as possible when you tweak it. I just find this to be So next up, I'm gonna choose this one from 76 Synthesizer. Now this is a synth. It doesn't really do that much in the form of synthesis, and it is a very old synth app, and there's no landscape mode for it. I think it was basically made for iPhone or something, but the knobs in this thing just look so nice. It's just a very cool synthesizer in the way that it looks. I haven't used it in ages, and I actually didn't even have it on my iPad anymore. I had to re-download it in order to snapshot that knob. Alright, so here's another synthesizer that is no longer available on the App Store, and it's made by Iceworks Inc., or as they used to be called Ice Gear. Loved this synthesizer back in the day. It's a veteran, but it's no longer available. Like I said, on the App Store, it's gone. So if you never bought it, you can't get a hold of it. Okay, so I only get to choose 3 more knobs here. So I'm gonna be choosing this one from Thor, and it's made by Reason Studios. Oh, why did you have to change your name? It's really annoying. I'm putting this one in cute and creamy because it's tiny, it's creamy. So Thor is just an amazing all-around synth. There is no audio unit extension mode for it. It's inter-app audio, and I don't know if it's ever gonna get updated to get modernized for the iOS musician, but you're missing out on a good synth if you don't get that one. Right, so next one is also an older synth, FM4, and this one definitely goes into sleek and stylish. Got that typical metal knob design with the kind of sloping hat to it, or skirt, knob skirt I think it's called. FM4 is an FM synthesizer, of course, with 4 operators, and it just sounds great. You can even reroute all of the operators like you should be able to do in any good FM synthesizer. Okay, so I've already chosen 20 knobs, and I only get to choose 1 more. And it's hard because there's so many. I actually want to do all of them, but the video would just become way too long if I did. So I'm gonna choose bling blong, bling blong, bling blong, bling. Wait, can I get a copyright strike for even singing something like... I'm not even gonna mention that show. The last knob I'm gonna choose is SYNT from Klevgren Produkter. This one, I just love their canvas products because they've got a very simplistic look, and it looks like as if someone has drawn them, you know, with a pen on a canvas paper or something like canvas paper. What am I saying? What am I gonna put it into? It does it go into sleek or mayonnaise or cute or flat? And you know what? I'm gonna put it in flat, fine and functional. It doesn't really belong there. I think it's pretty mayonnaise because of its sleek looking design. It should probably go into sleek then, but no, I'm gonna put it here because I think that Shum is feeling a bit lonely, and so now it has a friend. You have a friend now. You're not alone anymore. Not like me. Right, so if you like this type of video with a tier list, why don't you let me know in the comment section? And if you do end up doing your own selection of this tier list here, then tag me, hashtag Jakob haQ or hashtag haQ attaQ. And don't forget to tag your list, iOS Music Tier List. Now, if you want to support the work I do here on the channel, then why don't you hit the thumbs up down there because that's really, really helpful here on YouTube. And also share this video. Now, if you want to support me in a financial way, then you've got the Patreon link here and my PayPal link over there. And you can also find me on these social things right here. And I do like it when you follow me on Instagram. Please do that. And if you do stuff with music, tag me. I want to see what you're doing. As usual, I wish you a very productive week. Now go finger all of your stuff and have a lot of fun doing it. You know, some time ago, I asked a lot of viewers for pictures of your dongle messes. So I asked you to take some pictures of your dongle mess. Basically, picture of dongles, messy dongles, you know, cables and dongles. Maybe I should rate that. Maybe I should make a tier list of that. Yeah, maybe I should rate your dongle mess. Do you want me to rate your dongle mess?